G'day everybody, today we are just north of Melbourne in one of my favourite four-wheel drive hotspots, and we're going to be checking out two of my favourite lookouts. We're definitely not taking the easy route in between. It's going to be a cracking day off-road. I'm Simon Christie and this is Life Off-Road. To spice things up today, I've brought along a few mates. We've got Pete in the D-Max.
I'm looking forward to working with the car. It's a new vehicle for us. We're only just beginning the build, so please don't judge it yet.
Grant and Mishka in the Hilux.
Today I've got a passenger, I've got Mishka. It's her first time out four-wheel driving.
Grant's been kind enough to invite me out today to go four-wheel driving. I've never been before, so it's nice to get out of Melbourne, out of the office.
David in the Ranger.
Hello everybody, my name's David Hood and I'm from Narva. I'm really appreciative to be able to come on my first trip with four-wheel drive TV and looking forward to what's ahead of us today.
And Jackie and Brian in the Land Cruiser.
We've actually spent a fair bit of time just on day trips out this area. Haven't actually been up here.
We've got an awesome day planned, so let's check out this first lookout and then hit the tracks.
Our stopping point was Murchison Gap Lookout.
We got there early for the first time ever. So we met up with Dave from the Narva rebadged car.
Arrived at our first lookout. It was misty, the sun had just rose and it was absolutely beautiful.
When you get up that early in the morning, it's in a layer of fog and you could see for miles. It was beautiful, beautiful scene.
Unreal to see how the depth and the clarity, everything was just magnificent. I can't, I'm getting excited and get too many superlatives to come up with about how good this place was.
Good. So have you ever been to Mount Disappointment before?
Never. So this is a first. I'm a virgin again.
You say to him, Simon, you've got a great reputation. I hope you don't disappoint. Say, Simon, I've heard your reputation precedes you, so I hope you don't disappoint.
Come on, just do that.
Simon, you represent. No, not doing
Simon,
it.
what Mishka wanted to say was your reputation precedes you, so she hopes you don't disappoint.
What is my reputation? Tell me what I've got to live up to today.
He needs his ego building.
Our first deviation from the road led us into wild dog track.
Turn left down a steep incline, very loose, not too tricky. Fortunately, it's been really dry over the last couple of weeks.
Now David, you're in the typical vehicle for Narva, you're in the Ranger, but it's branded a little bit differently.
Yeah, it certainly is, mate. We're getting some upgrades done to the Narva Raptor Ranger, so we reached out to our partners at Projector and they threw me the keys last night and looking forward to hitting the tracks, mate, and testing it out. So today we've been able to get our hands on the Projector Ranger. Don't let that fool you, it's absolutely decked to the hilt with Narva product. We've got the driving lights, the new 180 Mark IIs, we've got the twin row light bars up on the roof there. In the back of the canopy, we've got a great little power board as well. That features a Projector 1000 watt pure sine wave inverter, state-of-the-art DC to DC charger. It also comes with an array of Narva switches, Narva fuse panels, and a great little battery monitor in there as well, which makes all of our items powered, but more importantly, we can stay connected to see exactly what our power source is doing.
Starts to get pretty steep from here, Jackie.
Oh, hang on.
When you're driving down steep hills like this, particularly in a manual, you put a very low gear on and touching the brake.
Oh, really?
Just the engine's braking the vehicle, so I've actually got to accelerate to get over this hump.
It's just fantastic, isn't it? I love it when you come over that crest and you're looking down in the terrain, it just disappears. You can't see the bottom.
Uh-oh. So you can see, oh look at that. Nice and fluffy.
You really want to see what you're going to hit?
No. You're funny.
Just goes to show how interesting it is to get out of your vehicles and sometimes just have a look around. This just looks like a normal bit of runoff, a little bit of mud on the side of the track, but this is an indicator full of what we call sign. And the sign we're looking at here are deer prints. Now the prints we've got here, you can see some of the older ones, but this in particular, you've got where the top layer of mud has been broken through into some drier mud, and there's a young deer has walked through here, I'd say probably last night. A really good indication that there's wildlife here, and just great to see. So get out of your vehicles, take the time to have a look around, and you'll be surprised what you might find.
I found that there was a lot of dry, dusty conditions, and I thought this is what would set the mood for the day.
So despite the fact we're in sort of late autumn, been fairly dry, there's still a few bog holes around, a few puddles.
I'm through.
The last trip we went on, we slid all the way up and we got freaking stuck and lost bloody beads off tyres and ripped 2 valves. And I was on the radio telling Simon this is just a walk in the park. He goes, hang on a minute, we've got something to cool you down on. It's bad.
I don't know.
Is this so bad we have to inspect it?
You've got to walk it. Came across one fairly deep, but fortunately the base was fairly compact, so not too tricky to get through.
All right, we ready to try this?
Yes.
Sure.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Let's get in your chariots and let's get them dirty.
That's fun. I'm gonna video it.
That's deep, Brian. That went right up to his back light. Oh, we don't want to drown it again. All throughout COVID, we were actually quite busy, so believe it or not, the car just sat there and we really didn't get a chance to spend any time or money on the car. But Brian was working on the next phase of our extreme gearboxes, which is 360 cooler, so effectively a manual gearbox cooler.
That gives you 30% extra oil capacity. It's a lot better for towing, so it'll cool the oil down.
We had one customer that drove to Queensland with a bug guard on the front and he just cooked his gearbox, completely cooked it. They're just becoming more and more of a necessity.
I don't know if this is normal for a trip like this, but I'm going to blame it on Pete from RoadSafe. Went through one of the water crossings a little bit too quick. I was behind him, but ultimately as we were coming out the other end, we had a big bow wave.
They've all done a runner.
This time I managed to cover Simon in water. He was standing a little bit too close, hit it hard and drenched him and got abused, but it's not my fault. What goes down must come up. So we headed up to a magnificent hill climb that was a whole lot of fun going up.
You reckon you'll get up here on your Charlie?
Nope.
Really loose shale, very dry, but overall the track's in good condition and not too much difficulty if you've got a reasonably kitted out four-wheel drive.
Pretty steep. I'll just lay back and relax, style.
Yeah.
That rock. That's the one. Oh.
Going up, it just clawed its way up. It did a really, really good job. Again, probably getting the right combination of the suspension that works properly in the tyres and consistent speed going up the hill.
How good's that? Definitely getting steeper up here, guys. This is awesome.
That's fantastic. You know when you get to the top of a hill because your phone comes in range.
I think that's a part of the trip that I don't enjoy when all of a sudden your phone starts beeping. This is an absolutely beautiful part of the country. I can't believe I've missed it all these years.
I've come up here so many times, but these tracks we're doing today, I've never done them before, and they're little rippers.
There was one section that was, as we headed up, that was quite deep. I had Simon next to me who threw him around a bit, so it was quite good. I looked back and thought if this was wet, it would have been a whole different story.
It would have been a totally different story. It would have taken a long time to get up. Probably involve a bit of winching, some really steep sections. Fortunately today, no issues. We got up without any hassles.
Bumpy, whoop. Pretty steep. Sucked back in the seat. It was really great. We had the awesome view as we were going up the hill.
The scenery has certainly taken my breath away, I've got to say. I've travelled to a number of areas of Australia, and this is just like nothing you'll come across. You look out your window to your right and there's just scrub land. You take a look to your left and you just got rolling hills and mountains literally as far as the eye can see. This is what it's all about. I love getting out and about and seeing countryside that I haven't seen before. It's absolutely sensational.
We stopped for lunch in a position that's got, again, magnificent views everywhere.
So where we are here, you can just pretty much have a full 180-degree view of the hills and the mountains.
No, 360 degrees.
Well, yeah, kinda.
This is a part of Victoria that I haven't been to before, and I will have to say that I'll definitely be bringing my family back.
Today I've got the 30-second kitchen in the back of my Hilux. Fits great on the base. You undo 3 clips, it folds out, it clips into the fridge slide, and it's also got 2 support legs, so it's very secure. It retains all your knives, forks, your cups, your teaspoons. You can put your tea and coffee, and it's got a small butane stove which you can pop out, and you can set up and make your sandwiches, make a cup of tea, whatever suits. It literally is right next to your fridge, so you've got access to all your quick setup for your lunch. Good condition, a lot of young growth coming through. Only problem today is there seem to be a lot of wasps in there. Must be the mating season. Standing around having my lunch and bang, got zapped on the arm.
Cool. Oh, did you get bitten? Oh, and they were about this big and they looked like flying bull ants.
He got bitten by one of the ants, so we had to quickly hightail it out of there.
After lunch, we drove along a bit further and then found a little track.
Here we go, another crazy descent. How does that look?
No, it's pretty impressive, mate. Well, what's this, about 40 degrees?
Oh, probably nowhere near it, but it looks like it.
That proved a bit of fun with some hills and ruts and etc. And it was a nice little interlude.
Looked like a nice track going down the other side, so we thought we'd give it a crack. Fairly steep, very dry, a lot of loose shale.
There goes the sign writing. It didn't matter where we went. Top of the hill, down the hill, going down a hill, across the hill, through ruts. The view was just awesome all the way through. Just everywhere we looked. Right now we've got an awesome outlook. Everywhere it was just awesome. I love this area, it's just beautiful. Yeah. Might have to hurry up and catch up, right?
Go on the second.
U-turn, back up the top again, coming up. Very steep, very dry. Track's still in good condition. We didn't see any other people driving today, so the tracks are fairly quiet.
Showing them all up today, Corey.
Some days it does, some days it doesn't.
Traversed some more different terrain, some hillsides, took us to some more amazing views.
Really great place to get out of Melbourne and spend a couple of hours doing the track. Literally an hour from Melbourne, so really great.
Well, it's a very easy run back here along Sailor Jack Track and then taking a left onto Murchison Spur Road again.
No worries, thanks mate.
It had been a ripper day so far, but I had one more trick up my sleeve that would really stretch the vehicles. Quarry Road. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last track of the day. Come down and have a quick look. There are plenty of opportunities to lift wheels on the way down and the way up. Let's have some fun.
Show us what this D-Max is capable of. What's the point of bringing it out if you're
Not
going
until I get the bull bar into protection.
It's not a D-Min, it's a D-Max.
D-Max. Minimal scratching, thank you.
I will guide you.
I've seen you guide, I saw you guide Brian and Jackie last time.
Yeah, how many dents and scratches on the vehicle?
Yeah, we may mention the tyres.
Right, Hoodie, lock and load, let's go.
Came to one section, it wasn't very steep, Wasn't very long, but had a lot of deep ruts and big washouts.
All right, come through.
Coming down. Simon directed us down and making sure that we got the most amount of wheel lift possible and put our vehicles through their paces. Yeah, the good old sensors telling you you're on a good angle.
Simon was good enough to actually pick how far you can go. Having the spotter is the only way to do something like that, and it really does make for a great drive. It really was spectacular.
Highlight of mine was watching the 360 gearboxes and diffs vehicle go through those ruts. Absolutely got on some tremendous angles.
Watching Brian and Jackie was quite entertaining, and I guarantee there was a lot of expletives from Jackie.
No, we're going to end up in the ditch.
Very nicely done.
Oh, very nicely done, Brian.
I went after the 360 car. They made it look fairly daunting, and daunting it was. You know, when I went down, I could really feel the rear and the front lift. Passenger got a bit nervous.
Right. Going. How was that, Mishka?
A little bit scary.
We definitely heard you screaming.
That was Grant.
Me? Who's left? Come on, Pete, go, go, go.
I want this recorded that Simon's making me do this. Uh-oh.
I got to put my hands in the air and say I was a bit chicken. I've just got the new D-Max. It's a new design D-Max, but it's got the tried and true longevity of the drivetrain and engine that everybody loves. RoadSafe bought this car as a development platform so that we can do upper control arms, heavy duty rated recovery points and bash plates. Coming out here today has been ideal. The car's only on a few thousand Ks now, so it's its first four-wheel drive trip. And to come out here has been a good test to see what it does and how it performs. So very happy with that.
Have you got a rear diff lock?
Yeah, mate.
Put it in for the way back up.
Done. We had some crazy moments where some of the cars were getting some pretty awesome angles. I really loved how it handled. The rear locker really helped to get it through the tracks where we had all the ruts. Looking forward to getting in touch with the boys at Projector. We didn't damage their vehicle, other than being a little bit dirty. It's come through unscathed. It's always good fun.
Nice driving.
Thanks, mate.
Cool as a cucumber, doll.
360 definitely got crossed over on some of the ruts.
Didn't really look that bad, but we got some serious air.
Probably as close as you're going to come to putting it on its side.
She was looking out the window about this far from the ground.
Fortunately, it just kind of teetered for a second or two and then it came back down again.
Well done, doll. Don't want to do that every day of the week. I think Grant got the most, like we actually thought he was going to lie on his side.
I thought we were going to tip over at some point. Hopefully, maybe next time I will get to drive one myself. We'll see.
Good to go.
Ready, Simon?
Pete, he was squealing all the way, wasn't he, in his brand new Isuzus?
I was leaning at 45 degrees and the car was leaning the other way at 45 degrees.
Oh.
It gave me a feel for how good the car does handle and where it can go with this.
No problem. Ha! What was hard about that? Oh!
It's been a full day. We started off with the sunrise and we finished with the sun setting in the west.
Beautiful views all the way looking west over the plains. We see the Hume Highway, so we're not too far from civilization.
Obviously, really hard day at the office today. We love coming out here.
I feel like I've only got a little slice of it, so definitely would like to get forward driving myself.
I think to have locations like this only an hour out of Melbourne is absolutely sensational. So it's really important to get out and enjoy what's around us.